Alright, first off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Makakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the brothers in highways and byways, pushing this word in all sincerity and truth. The sisters, the believers, the helps, the hopeful elect. Shalom. This is the brother Iron from the James Jamaica camp. Come with another quick lesson. And yesterday I saw this word, the Merriam-Webster Dictionary word of the day. And it's something that can be applied to us. It's going to be very quick, and hopefully this is exhorting to the Akim, right? So the word right here is mettle, right? It says what it means. It says mettle refers to the ability to continue in spite of difficulties, and from we are woken up to the knowledge of this truth, through the mercies and the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. From we have been given the understanding of these scriptures. We have constantly been in difficult situations, being tried on many different ways, many different levels, and as we can see that they fastly approaching with all the things that are happening. Yesterday there was a major blackout, which knowing Esau, something major is behind that. So much things happening, the big event, the big party that, been taking place for the last 2 years. Everyone talking about, taking shots, and, getting back to normal. Right. But for us, the hopeful elect, to make it to be delivered, we have to have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and the earthly process that comes with that, is the fact to pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushai that we're given a mettle spirit. I'll read the definition again. It says refers to the ability to continue in spite of difficulties, because it's about to get really difficult out here, as second Ezra says, then shall they know who are my chosen. Even in Luke, Yahushua says, when he comes, if he will find faith on earth, there's gonna be as it says, spoiling, and there shall be a great insurrection upon them that fear the Lord. So basically, we're gonna be persecuted. In Revelation it also says that they made war with the saints, but they overcame him with the blood of the Lamb. Brothers can actually put those precepts in the comment section. As I stated, definitely wanna make this to the point, right? I'll go down here. It says, did you know section of the word of the day. It says, originally, mettle was simply a variant spelling of the word metal, which dates to at least the 13th century, and it was used in all the same senses as its metallic relative. Over time, however, mettle came to be used mainly in figurative sense, referring to the quality of someone's character. The short time that I've been in the truth, I've been given the spirit to endure a lot of things, and I'm pretty sure that I'm not special in that regard. Hell, even Yahushai, Yahushai went through a lot. Even we know about the Garden of Gethsemane, that night when his hour of temptation, he even prayed for the cup to be removed from him, but he said, what, nonetheless, that will be done. And he had to be strengthened of angels, so we're going to be tempted, right? And of course, the affliction and the persecution that's coming is nothing compared to the kingdom. But we being in this wicked flesh, and just us being in flesh overall, it's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be something that it's gonna be just that. It's gonna be a test. It's gonna be a trial. It's gonna be a proven experience. So the ultimate thing that we can pray for is that, quality of character, to be mettle for righteousness, or mettle in righteousness, right? It says it will eventually became distinct English word in its own right, losing its literal sense altogether, right? So at the end of the day, we definitely have to pray for that. We know that the charagma is coming, because that is why it says what, he that endure unto the end. There's a lot of things to endure. In Job, Yahushua said, if you don't forsake what, mother, father, children, wives, lands, houses for my name's sake, yea, even your own life. Job said all that a man had he will give up to save his life. Right, that's written in the book of Job. But and that is why it's going to come down to it. To the very end, it's going to be whether or not you're going to choose Yahweh Shem Shai, or you're going to be being sealed with the spirit of faith, or you're going to take Esau's charagma, and choose that side, right? Because that's going to be what they call the breaking point, or the make or break. Moving on, it says metal remained a term primarily used for those hard, shiny substance such as steel or iron, but also acquire a figurative use. Today, both words can mean vigor and strength of spirit or temperament, right? So we have to pray to be strengthened in the spirit. We want to be strengthened. We want to be given a good temperament, or a strong temperament, right? He says, but only metal is used of metallic substances, right? So that's pretty much, this word right here, which is metal. And I'm just gonna get a few quick scriptures real quickly. This is Matthew 24, I'll start at 9. It says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Exactly. So we're gonna be persecuted for Yahweh's name's sake. It also says what, he that find his life shall lose it, but he that loses his name for my name's sake, the same shall receive glory. Right? Roughly paraphrasing, it says, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another, and many false prophets shall arise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Right? And that is the thing. There's going to be so many things, just like in our daily, as the scripture says, what's sufficient for the day is the evil thereof. Every day we wake up, we go through some form of, trial or our test of our faith, of our character, of our conduct. Every day, we're tested daily. Every single day we're tested in some way, shape, or form. All right. But as I said earlier, the more we move towards that day, the stronger the tests are gonna be, the more intense they're gonna be, and it's gonna be the more there's gonna be more to lose. As we get into it, even up to the point of you losing or us losing our own lives. All right. Let me get the next precept, which is. But I want to read the Wisdom of Solomon first, and then I'll read that one. This is Wisdom of Solomon 3, and I'll start at 1. It says, but the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise they seem to die. So we're gonna be persecuted, and some of us are gonna die. It says, and their departure is taken for misery, and they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. Exactly. There's going to be a lot of things that we're going to have to suffer, and in the sight of men, it's going to be seen like, hey, these guys really have it rough, they have it real bad, and it's going to seem that way, you know. But that is why we're going to pray to, that we have a mettle spirit, right? It says, and having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded, for God had proved them and found them worthy for himself. So it's, the proven process is coming, right? All these persecutions, all these things that we're going to suffer, it's not to our detriment, but it's to our purification, as well as, us being proven. I did a lesson recently about, dying in Yahushua, that, we're not being punished, we're being proven, right? Verse 6 says, as gold in the furnace had he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. All right, so that is it. That is pretty much it. We're gonna go through some shit. Excuse my French. Things are gonna be real ugly. Things are gonna are gonna get rough, and we definitely, when I saw that word, I'm saying that, starting from, as it says, don't get ready, be ready, right? Or if you're already ready, you don't have to get ready. Something along those lines. We have to be, praying for the spirit, and praying that the Lord give us the spirit to cultivate that mindset, from now. All right. Let me get the next precept and I'll close out with that. Once again, I don't want to make this too long. I thought about a lot of precepts, but I just want to hit if you brothers have precepts, you just put them in the comment section. All right. Ecclesiasticus 2, and I'll start at 1. We all know these precepts, right? My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Once again, that's a trial, right? Being proven. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure. All right? It says constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Right? Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayst be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. So things are gonna happen unto us, but we should take it cheerfully, just as the apostles, in the Acts of the Apostles, when they were were beaten for Yahushua's sake, they were happy, and they were happy that they were found worthy to suffer for the name of Yahushua. All right, it says, and be patient, which we all know that patient goes into what, to suffer. It goes back into endurance. Right? Be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. Exactly. The persecutions and the things that we're gonna go through, we're gonna be brought really, really low. And that is why those that are not of the elect are gonna give up, the elect are gonna give up and are gonna break. But those that are of the elect, they will have a mettle spirit. Right? It says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. And that is the point right there. Right? We're gonna go through the water and the fire. We're gonna be constantly in adversity. If we want to be those acceptable men, if we have the hopeful elect, truly want to be of the elect, then we have to pray for that mettle spirit, because that's on this side, it's all gonna be trials and tribulation. Some more intense than others, some days more than others, but as it is written, the Lord will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able, or that we are able, but with the temptation will provide us a way to escape. All right. I'm sure brothers have many times or instances where we were tested of the Lord and failed, and it's that very moment when we actually gave up, or sometime even if we didn't fail, that moment when we even thought to give up, or say, yes, you know what, I'm gonna give up at this point. That's the very moment the Lord go ahead and just give you the way out, or the deliverance, or in whatever situation or scenario, whatever the situation is, right there and then, when you had that thought of doubt, or you felt that you were about to give up, the answer came right there and then, or the solution, and you're like, you get that feeling of being ashamed that you even doubted. are taught, you pretty much gave up, right? I've been there, with instances like those, that usually makes us, should make us fearful, and ask the Lord to strengthen our spirit, so that in the days ahead, we're not like this, right? Or like that. All right, so I'm just going to read this definition once more, and then I'll close out. Here's the word mettle. It's a noun, right, as it's referring to a state of character, or a state of spirit. It says the ability to continue in spite of difficulties. All right, so with that, hope this was edifying. Once more, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing this word down sincerity and truth. The sisters, the believers, the helps, the hopeful elect. Shalom.